Despite being an iconic name in the world of gaming and graphics processing unit market, Nvidia often finds itself not being the iconic name it once was. Often finding themselves at the receiving end of criticism from the tech community, are we witnessing Nvidia spiraling downward and their seemingly inevitable blaze of glory? What's exactly wrong with Nvidia, and why are people so upset with a company that once ruled the gaming community? Keep on watching as we explore the multifaceted reasoning behind the widespread negative statement towards Nvidia, complete with insights drawn from both personal and user discussion and experiences. While criticism has a bunch of branches for Nvidia to focus on, undoubtedly one of the significant sources they get it is from Nvidia using proprietary drivers. Take AMD, Nvidia's numero uno rival since day one, which has open-sourced its drivers, while Nvidia to this day remains closed source. The problem? This approach directly conflicts with the principles of many users, the Linux community in particular, and developers who prioritize open-source software. This lack of transparency and inability to modify or inspect the code has a tendency to frustrate those who value the open-source ethos and community collaborations. Not only that, with their decision to keep using proprietary drivers, there have been a ton of instances regarding compatibility issues with Linux on a massive scale. Users often face challenges regarding installation, updates, and general usability, and these problems are further amplified due to the frequent need to recompile drivers every time the Linux kernel is updated. Suffice it to say, these issues can be frustrating for the users who are comfortable with seamless integration and support, the integration and support they can easily get from AMD. You see where we're going with this? Now, if that wasn't bad enough, Nvidia's not exactly on good terms with the open source community. Linus Torvalds, the creator of Linux, has a knack for calling out Nvidia for their poor support and unwillingness to cooperate with the open source community on more than one occasion.
Bad because Nvidia tries to sell chips, a lot of chips into the Android market, and Nvidia has been the single worst company we've ever dealt with.
This one incident, along with a bunch of others, broadly highlighted the ongoing friction between Nvidia and the Linux community in a nutshell, which went a long way to contribute in the overall negative perception of Nvidia. Aside from that, another catalyst here is Nvidia's Optimus technology. This tech was designed to switch between integrated and discrete graphics in order to save power. While it sounds like it has a lot of utilities, it can be an issue for Linux users as the support for this tech on Linux-based setups has been another pain point. On Linux, support for Optimus has been largely inconsistent, which led to significant frustration among users, and we really can't blame them. While nowadays, there are tools like Bumblebee and such that have improved the overall situation, the initial lack of support went a long way to generate a lasting negative impression. At this point, it's no surprise how Nvidia prefers to keep its ecosystem heavily appropriated, including technologies such as CUDA for parallel computing. While CUDA is powerful, it actually locks the users to use Nvidia hardware exclusively, which limit their flexibility and choices. This proprietary approach contrasts the more open ecosystems promoted by other companies and adds to the criticism Nvidia faces. And lastly, something we are personally not too happy about in recent years, the unfair pricing of their GPUs has acted as one of the most impactful ways for Nvidia to go from the go-to GPU choice for gamers to a last-ditch effort, that too unwillingly. The high prices for the RTX 30 series cards, for example, which only got worse due to supply shortages and scalping, have made these GPUs inaccessible to a significant portion of the user base. For example, the RTX 3080, an Nvidia GPU which had a manufacturer-suggested retail price of $699, was often found being sold for over $1,500 due to high demand and low supply. In a similar fashion, the RTX 3070, with an MSRP of $499, was found to be inflated to around $900 to even $1,200. This substantial inflation has alienated many users, including us at times, who felt like Nvidia has prioritized profits over customer accessibility. Adding fuel to the fire, multiple reports suggested how the GPU pricing has been quadrupling over the years, which obviously led to frustration and dissatisfaction among gamers and professionals alike who rely on powerful GPUs for their work but find themselves priced out of the market. In a nutshell, the criticism towards Nvidia originates from the combination of its proprietary approach, compatibility issues, poor community relations, challenges regarding specific technology like Optimus, and of course the unfair pricing of their cards. While Nvidia continues to barely hold on to its lead in GPU performance and innovation, addressing these concerns by fostering a better support system, more open practices, and fairer pricing could help Nvidia get back to form. While Nvidia did utilize open-source GPU kernel drivers for Linux later, but the damage had already been done. Only time will tell what holds for Team Green, and the future is yet to be seen.